So who am I out here with today?
Hi, I'm Wes Johnson. I'm head coach of the University of Arizona Triathlon NCAA team.
Well, Wes, welcome out to the revolutionary Tucson Velodrome. As you know, the first of its kind in the world, made of all aluminum. I understand that the women's team has been back-to-back NC2A champions. The main reason why we're doing the interview today is wanted to find out why you came out to the Velodrome.
Yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to get out here ever since it's been built here, and I have never used a velodrome, in my coaching career, and I know I've heard from so many coaches the value, for cycling skill development and just doing workouts in general here, and I mean, it's pretty world class what it provides, and now I was able to experience for myself today and realize, wow, this is incredible that we have this in Tucson, and I'm excited to work this more into our program.
Well, Wes, that's great. I didn't get a chance to ask you. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your background.
Yeah, I originally lived in Utah. I went to University of Utah, and I was a swimmer there. And so that was 20 plus years ago, and
you don't have to date yourself. We're okay.
But then I pretty soon after that transitioned to triathlon and racing as close as I could to an elite level. But I transitioned to coaching pretty young, and I've been now coaching, for full time, like a long time now. So I coached, first started indoor cycling program in Salt Lake, and then it built into coaching a lot of junior athletes and Paralympic athletes and elite athletes. And then this job opened up here at the University of Arizona, and I've always loved Tucson. I was bringing groups out here in the winter for training camps, and it just magically aligned with my goals as a coach to start here, and through NCAA our goal is to build an Olympic pipeline towards the highest level in the sport in the world, and that's what we're doing right now.
Well, Wes, outstanding, because you're off to a very great start. Like I said, we got back-to-back NC2A champions with the gals. Hopefully we'll get the triplex thing going. Hopefully we'll get it again this next year coming up. Can you tell me about some of the benefits or what your coaching method is, I guess, in terms of different training techniques? Obviously you're out here at the Velodrome. I'm sure you do things for the cycling, things for the swimming, things for the running. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, I think when it comes down to it, we're really, even with a group, we are still really customized in what we do. We through metabolic testing, we were able to really identify their metabolic profiles and individual needs, and we're able to really understand what each person needs individually. And some people are much more explosive, and others are more diesel engines that it takes them a little longer to be able to rev up. And so there's a lot of different needs for those two athletes. Some athletes need more recovery. So it's hard to nail down, exactly what we do, because we do a lot of different things within the group. But I think that's the biggest part of our philosophy, is how much we can customize based on their individual metabolic profiles, and also just personalities and understanding them. And they're balancing a lot. They're balancing school and life, and so we're invested in them as human beings first and foremost, and building the athlete, behind the human being that they are. So that's the holistic view around who they are as people, and through triathlon and through sport, becoming even better people. So yeah, that's kind of a summary, I guess, and I could go on for hours on what we would do with someone versus someone else, but yeah, it's a blast. We believe in dreaming really big. We have big goals to be some of the best in the world, and we're heading in towards that direction. So we're loving every minute of it.
And Wes, speaking of the athletes themselves, in terms of your recruitment and pipeline, what do you actually go out and recruit, or how do you acquire new athletes year after year, especially these top-notch kids that are coming in?
Yeah, we recruit worldwide. Every year I'm all over the world. Or we have a very international squad from all over, from Europe, from South America, from pretty much everywhere. So we have recruited the Junior World Championships and the U23 World Championships, and then also we have a lot of the best athletes from the U.S. here as well. So I think what's important have a standard. They know what the standard is, and that's we hold them to that standard every single day. And if they're not willing to live that standard, they don't really last in our program. But our standard is high. That while we maintain a high standard, we have fun. We have a blast. And so yeah, I recruit a lot, but we're recruiting good people is our top priority that love the sport of triathlon.
Wes, one last question before we go. I want to ask you a little bit about raising money for the program. I know, it's tough. It seems like football and most NC2A operations, it's football, it's basketball. What things can we do to get some funding for the other programs, such as the triathlon group?
Yeah, I think just building more awareness. I think, every day we speak to people just, in the community that have no idea there's a triathlon team, right? And we're two-time national champions, and we want to just build that awareness that we are doing something really special here, and we do need the support, to be able to accomplish our goals. And we do have some incredible support already, and some donors who have been really helpful. But our goal is to endow our sport at the university permanently, and that takes a big investment from a lot of sources. And so anything that we can do to spread that awareness and people that are willing to invest in our future, we are so incredibly grateful.
Well, Wes, the Tucson Velodrome will do whatever it can to kind of help you make that come to fruition. I want to thank you for your time, and any last parting words?
Oh yeah, I guess just we believe in dreaming big, loving what you do, and giving it your all every single day. And that's becoming a better person through sport, and through triathlon. And we're just really excited to come out here more at the Velodrome and test our limits here. And it's such a safe way to push ourselves and get the workouts we need. So we're really excited.
Well, outstanding. Wes, thank you for your time.